Whoa, guys, I don't have any words for this. Pinduoduo just reported earnings earlier this month and it was a blast. I've read the report and in this video I will share with you what was the key takeaways, the highlights of the report, what I liked, what I don't like, which there aren't many since the stock is up more than 60%, so let's go into it. But before we go into the report, Pinduoduo is probably my favorite company at the moment. I've talked with you in past videos. That's a company with a really wide moat. I've told you why I really like this company and why I'm really bullish. So if you want to see my opinion on this company more in depth, you should look into the past videos. So into this latest report, Pinduoduo revenues were up 66% when compared to the same quarter last year. This is a growth rate really high. Bear in mind, for this year, I was expecting Pinduoduo to grow around 40%. That was my expectation when I've done my research and my discounted cash flow. Their operating profit increased 46% when compared to the same quarter. Net income was up 47%. Revenue growing a lot, profitability increasing as well. That is really good news. When you look into Pinduoduo, it's a high growing company, but they're growing a lot at a growth rate, a compound annual growth rate really high in the last years, and they are continuing to grow. I'm expecting them to continue to grow in the next year, but I was not expecting that, and I do believe shareholders wasn't expecting as well. If you look into the reaction, the stock is up more than 60%, so that's really good news. I'm really happy with that. I'm a recent shareholder of Pinduoduo. I just started buying shares three and a half months ago, but since I discovered and since I've done my analysis, I discovered that Pinduoduo is a really good company. I'm really liking it. I don't know if it's gonna be an excellent, really good investment in the future, but if you ask for my opinion, I do believe it's a really good company. I do believe they are trading around the fair value with a huge discount margin of safety. So I do believe it's a really good investment in my opinion. This report just confirms that. But we don't know what will happen in the future. A lot can happen, but this is really good. Their CEO say that technology is improving. One thing really important is we saw a positive shift in the consumer sentiment, leading to a rise in demand across various product sectors. We are deeply dedicated to high quality development to create value in every part of our ecosystem. So this is really important. If you are an investor in Chinese equities, for example, Pinduoduo saw an increase, a positive shift in the consumer sentiment. So this is really good news, not only for Pinduoduo but for Alibaba shareholder, JD shareholder, Tencent shareholder. They are seeing a shift on the sentiment on China. That's what we are expecting, a turning point that an investor in Chinese equity as I am, and I do believe most of you guys as well. That is good news on China and then China economy. So a good thing to look into it. So that is a really small report. There are nothing more to add. Cash positions increasing, no debt. So the key takeaway is it's really high growth in their revenues and continue to increase their profitability, which is really good. This is what we want to see in a company like Pinduoduo, who are still growing. They are a long way to maturity, but I'm expect them to grow. I'm not actualize my model for Pinduoduo, so I still have an intrinsic value for this company around $85. I was buying this company under $80, and I still want to add this company. This is one of my biggest positions. Yesterday it was around 8% of my portfolio. Today I do believe it's around 9% since there was a big increase in the price of the stock. But I have to act. I do believe my intrinsic value will increase a little bit, but I will look into it. What I can add, it's probably one of the highest quality companies in my portfolio. The only downside of this company, it's Chinese company. They started on China on doing business on China. They are doing international now with Temu, for example, which I'm a huge fan. Since I discovered it, I have made a lot of purchase there, but I do believe in the moment they are trading around intrinsic value or around my fair value. If you look into intrinsic value, we have to discount the margin of safety. So since it's a Chinese equity with a lot of risk, I use a discount rate of 15%, as you have looked into my discount rate. But even with that big discount rate with a huge margin of safety, Pinduoduo is trading around that fair value. If you use a discount rate of 10%, their intrinsic value will be way higher. So it's still a company that, in my opinion, undervalues still a lot of value with a huge prospects. If you look into this quality, I believe it will be the first company that will hit the maximum quality score with a 100. It's at the moment it's 92. They only have to increase their return on invested capital, which is really good at the moment. They have growing a lot in the last 5 years. They are compounding their revenue above 100%. They have high gross margins, around 75%. Their net margins are really high, around 25%. This is not an e-commerce company. They make money doing the advertising and other service, and they are not making money selling the goods. They are just the bridge between the sellers and the buyers. They make money with advertisement and other service and transaction service, for example. They have no debt, almost no debt. They have 21 billion in cash in hand, which is really a lot. They have a return on equity and the return on invested capital really high. They have, in my opinion, one of the biggest modes out there. Economies of scale. You can apply that. It's like a cost code. It's really difficult to compete. There are no platform in this world that have better prices than Pinduoduo, and that is their mode. They can offer the best prices. They have a lot of activity promotions there, and they can still make a lot of money with their business. They are free cash flow positive. I do believe they are still in growth phase, and my personal opinion, I don't want them to do dividends, for example, or buybacks, even though they are still at a good valuation. So we want companies to do buybacks when they are undervalued, which I still believe they are, or trading around their fair value. But I do prefer they reinvest their capital, because they have a high return on invested capital. I want them to invest in their business, and they are being really successful doing that. So that's everything I want in a company. Really high quality company, a really good business. I do like their management. They're investing in a good way. They are profitable, even though they are in still early phase and still growing. They are already profitable. So that's everything I want. It's the only downside here. It's there are a lot of risks. That is a Chinese company, so bear in mind. But that's because there is a Chinese company that we have a compelling valuation. So, but I do really like. I do believe they will grow a lot. I do believe that can be a 10 bagger for me, maybe a 100 bagger in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But I do really like. I think it's one of my biggest position in my portfolio, and I really want to continue, and I still want to increase my position. I do really like that it's a really good company, and I do really like this will be a compelling investment. So that's my opinion. Really good earnings. They will continue to grow. Good note from their CEO that they see a shift in the the consumer sentiment, which is good not only for Pinduoduo but for Chinese equities. But in resume, really good company, one of the biggest modes out there. Not everyone have already noticed, but it's, in my opinion, if you look into it, if you do your deep dive into this company, you'll see that is a really, really good company, trading at a compelling valuation still, but I don't know for how long, or I don't know what will happen in the future, but I'm betting my money that it will be a really good investment. So I've told you that in the past video, so if you want to see a more deep dive in these companies, go see the past videos I have done into Pinduoduo. So I hope you find this video useful, I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, please subscribe guys. Bye.